Never ignore a heart, for every heart carries a story, a hope, and a dream. Once, in a quiet village, there lived a boy named Samir. Samir wasn't the loudest child in his class. He didn't run the fastest or shout the answers to every question. Instead, Samir watched the world with thoughtful eyes and listened closely to the things people said and the things they didn't. Every morning, Samir walked to school along a narrow path lined with wildflowers. He greeted the old gardener, Mr. Kapoor, who tended the flowers with gentle hands. Most children hurried past Mr. Kapoor, barely noticing him. But Samir always stopped to say hello. He asked how the roses were doing, and if the sunflowers had reached as high as the fence yet. Mr. Kapoor smiled at Samir, his eyes sparkling with gratitude. "Thank you for seeing me," he would say. Samir didn't quite understand what Mr. Kapoor meant, but his words filled him with warmth. In school, Samir noticed another child who often sat alone at lunchtime. Her name was Amina. She kept her eyes on her food and rarely joined in the laughter around her. The other children thought she was shy, or perhaps unfriendly, but Samir saw something else, a sadness she tried to hide behind her quiet demeanor. One afternoon, when the sky was heavy with rain, Samir found himself sharing a bench with Amina beneath the shelter of the school porch. He offered her half his sandwich and asked her about the drawing in her notebook. At first, she hesitated, but then slowly, she began to talk. She told Samir about her old home in another city, about her grandmother who used to tell her stories, and about how much she missed them both. Samir listened, truly listened, and as he did, he saw the sadness in Amina's eyes begin to lift just a little. As days passed, Amina started to smile more. She joined Samir and his friends at lunch, and soon her laughter blended with theirs. The other children noticed the change, and Amina was no longer alone. One evening, Samir sat with his grandmother by the window, watching the rain fall softly on the rooftops. She told him, "Every heart is like a garden. Some gardens are bright and full of flowers. Others are hidden behind tall fences. But every garden needs kindness to grow." Samir thought of Mr. Kapoor and his flowers, of Amina and her quiet courage, and realized what his grandmother meant. Kindness is not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the small things, a smile, a gentle word, the act of listening. When we ignore a heart, we miss the chance to help it bloom. But when we pay attention, when we truly see and hear those around us, we help them grow. And in return, our own hearts grow stronger and brighter. Samir's story reminds us that everyone we meet carries a hidden world within them. We can never know the battles someone is fighting or the dreams they hold close, unless we take the time to notice, to ask, and to care. In every school, every workplace, every street, there are people like Amina hoping to be seen. And there are people like Samir willing to reach out. So the next time you pass someone by, remember, never ignore a heart. A kind word, an open ear, or a simple act of understanding can change a life. The world is made brighter by those who choose to care, and when we choose kindness, we create a beautiful story. One that everyone can learn from, no matter where they are or what language they speak.